He wasn't a hero, wasn't a commander, and definitely wasn't someone the news feeds ever mentioned. Cal fixed things. That was it. Power couplings, cracked plating, servo joints that screamed when they shouldn't. He spent his days hunched over battle-scarred armor suits in a maintenance bay that smelled like scorched metal and recycled air. And honestly, he liked it that way. The war against the Volari Collective had been raging for 7 years. Humanity was outmatched in numbers, technology, and unity. The Volari were a hive-linked species, coldly efficient, terrifyingly patient. Their soldiers didn't panic, didn't hesitate, didn't retreat. Human soldiers did all three, which was why Cal preferred machines. Machines broke in predictable ways. The maintenance bay was quiet when she arrived. Cal didn't hear footsteps. He noticed the shadow first, long, angular, alien. He straightened slowly, wiping grease from his hands, and turned around. The Volari woman stood just inside the bay doors. She was tall, her exoskeletal armor sleek and organic, grown rather than forged. Pale bioluminescent veins traced across her plates, pulsing softly. Her helmet was removed, revealing a narrow, elegant face with multifaceted eyes that reflected the bay lights like fractured stars. Every muscle in Cal's body locked. Volari officers didn't wander into human repair bays. Especially not alone. "I was told you repair armor," she said in precise, accented Terran common. Cal swallowed. Yes. That's my job." She inclined her head slightly. "My designation is Strategist Veilrin. My armor was damaged during the last engagement." Cal glanced instinctively toward the alarm panel. She noticed. "If I intended violence," Veilrin said calmly, "you would already be dead." That did not help. "Fine," Cal muttered. "Sit. Let me see the damage." She did. As Cal worked, he noticed something strange. Her armor wasn't standard Volari issue. The plating was reinforced in unconventional places. Power routing had been subtly altered. Internal failsafes removed. "This isn't regulation," Cal said without thinking. Veilrin's eyes flicked to him. "You are observant. Or paranoid," Cal replied. "Usually both." She watched him closely as he worked. "You are not a soldier," she said. "No," Cal agreed. "I fix the people who go die instead." Something unreadable passed through her expression. Middle. The plan beneath the silence. Veilrin returned the next day. And the day after that. Always alone. Always with minor damage, scratches that didn't match battlefield reports, systems that looked sabotaged rather than broken. Cal stopped asking questions. Not because he trusted her, but because she never lied when he did ask. Over time, something changed. She asked him questions. Why humans painted symbols on their armor. Why they kept personal items during combat. Why they mourned the dead individually instead of collectively. Cal answered honestly. "Because we remember people," he said once. "Not numbers." She was silent for a long time after that. One night, while replacing a cracked neural interface, Cal noticed her hands shaking. Volari weren't supposed to shake. "Your stabilizers are fine," Cal said quietly. "This isn't mechanical." Veilrin didn't look at him. "I am preparing for failure." Cal paused. "Whose?" "Mine," she said. That was the night she told him. The Volari Collective was planning something final. Not another invasion. Not another fleet assault. An extinction strike. They had identified Earth as a symbolic center of resistance. The Collective believed that breaking the human homeworld completely, publicly, would end the war across all fronts. A stellar-scale weapon was being prepared. "It cannot be stopped from the outside," Veilrin said. "The command authority is internal. Biolocked. Queen verified." Cal stared at her. "Then why are you telling me?" Because I intend to be inside. Cal laughed once, sharp and humorless. You're insane. Yes, she said calmly. By Valari standards. She explained her role. Valerin was a strategist, but more than that, she was a deviation. She believed the collective had misjudged humanity. Not as weak, not as strong, but as dangerous in a way they didn't understand. You adapt, she said. You persist. You fight even when logic says surrender. So, you're switching sides? Cal asked. No, she replied. I am ending the war. Her plan was suicidal. She would infiltrate the command nexus during activation, sever the hive synchronization, and trigger a cascade failure. It would destroy the weapon. And her. Cal felt sick. You don't even know if it'll work. She met his gaze. I know it will disrupt the collective long enough for humanity to survive. Cal slammed his tools down. You're talking about dying like it's a maintenance issue. You repair armor, she said softly. I repair outcomes. That night, Cal didn't sleep. He thought about the armor he fixed, the soldiers who never came back, Earth burning, and the alien woman who walked willingly toward oblivion. The next day, he made a choice. He modified her armor. Not for defense. For survival. The turning point. Valerin noticed immediately. These systems were not part of my request, she said, examining the internal diagnostics. I know, Cal replied. They're not meant to be obvious. He had rerouted energy reserves, reinforced her neural buffer, installed a manual override that bypassed Valari Hive shutdown protocols. If you're wrong, Cal said, you die anyway. If you're right, maybe you don't have to. She stared at him. Why? She asked. Cal hesitated. Because humans don't throw people away once they decide they matter. Something in Valerin fractured then. You are compromising the mission, she said. No, Cal replied. I'm giving it a future. The day she left, the bay felt emptier than it ever had. The extinction weapon activated 12 hours later. Every human sensor screamed. Then silence. No detonation. No stellar collapse. Instead, chaos. Valari fleets across the galaxy lost coordination. Ships drifted. Commands conflicted. Entire armadas froze mid-maneuver. Human forces struck. Not blindly. Not brutally. Precisely. The war shifted overnight. But Valerin didn't return. Weeks passed. Then months. Cal assumed the worst. Until one day, the bay doors opened. She stood there, armor scorched, cracked, but intact. Alive. The override worked, she said quietly. Cal didn't trust his voice. Ending what humanity changed. The Valari collective fractured. Without full hive synchronization, individual thought emerged, slowly, painfully. Some factions continued the war. Others withdrew. A few reached out. Valerin became something unprecedented. An ambassador. Not because she planned it, because she survived long enough to be seen. She spoke before human councils and Valari remnants alike. About miscalculation. About arrogance. About the species that fixed armor instead of giving up. Cal returned to his bay. Still fixing things. Sometimes, Valerin visited. They talked. Not as enemies. Not as heroes. But as people who understood what it cost to change the future. He was just fixing armor, the historians would later say. They never mentioned that she was planning something else. Something that saved humanity. And changed the galaxy forever.